Are you trying to pick between the DJI Avata and the DJI FPV drone? Today I'm going to share my experience and what I've noticed within our extensive drone community to help you make that decision. Now let's start off talking about the DJI FPV, since it's the first FPV drone to be released by DJI. This drone received negative press right from the start. It didn't take long for broken DJI FPVs to pop up all over the internet. And traditional FPV drone pilots took to the live streams to talk about how fragile it was, amongst other flaws. I believe a lot of people within the drone community didn't even bother purchasing this FPV drone because of this negative press. And those that did venture out and actually purchase this drone, some that I know personally ended up returning it within a week. Now, what's funny about that is that some of these traditional FPV drone pilots that originally bashed the DJI FPV ended up getting more out of this drone than anybody else, which leads me to believe that you would have to be more of an experienced pilot to get the most out of this drone. And obviously, if you have more experience, you're gonna crash it less. So we'll leave that at that. Now keep in mind that these two drones are different and they're designed to fly in a distinctive style. I touched more about this in previous videos. I'll leave some links in the description below. Now let's discuss the DJI Avata. This drone received far less negative press out of the two drones. And I'm not saying it's the perfect drone. Most of these drones, when they first come out, need firmware updates and they tweak them out. But what I'm saying is, out of these two drones, this one was well received in comparison to the DJI FPV. I believe that positive press contributed to a lot more people actually taking a chance and purchasing their first FPV drone, especially those people that really never even thought about buying an FPV drone and they were very happy with their regular camera drones. I've seen some of the most conservative drone pilots get the most out of this drone. And some of those pilots that I told you about before that bought the DJI FPV and returned it within a week, they now are very happy owners of the DJI Avata. Now, keeping with the theme of this channel, I'm trying to move things along. That was a quick review of what I noticed within the community. I want to discuss now my personal experience. If you follow this channel, I always favor the DJI FPV for my style of flying because I do fast-paced cinematic stuff, or maybe I'm chasing drift cars. I found that the DJI Avata, because of the ducts, it gets blown around too much. I couldn't really chase trains and feel secure. I mean, I could do it, but you know, I had to fly in a certain way. I couldn't be so aggressive like I would be with the DJI FPV. But I also would like to kind of lean towards the Avata because I've noticed that I've been using it a lot more lately. Being that it has these ducts and it's great for hitting gaps, places like this place today, this abandoned building, this drone shines in these situations. I would never use this to hit gaps or go through a building. And I'm sure there's some experienced pilots out there that would love to go through the ceilings and come out the other side with this drone, but I wouldn't risk it. I would rather use the DJI Avata. Not only that, but if you got skateboards or bike situation, which I'm gonna touch on in the highlight video after this, and I hope you guys stick around to check that out. It's a little bit of everything, and everything was done with the DJI Avata. Getting back to the opening statement, if you came to me today and asked which FPV drone should I buy out of the DJI lineup, if you're a beginner, I would highly recommend the DJI Avata over the DJI FPV because it doesn't have as much power, so you're less likely to break it. And this thing is kind of like a tank. I mean, it's not, you could destroy it, yes, but I've seen so many crashes with these drones, myself, friends of mine, that seemed like the drone was totaled and the drone was fine. So if you're looking for a long-term solution to purchasing a FPV drone, I think this one will last you a lot longer than the DJI FPV. I couldn't recommend the DJI FPV as a first drone if you want to get into the FPV space. Now, if you own one of these drones or possibly both of these drones, please feel free to leave a comment below. It could be very helpful for a beginner pilot. Maybe there's something I didn't touch on that you feel that should be said. Now, I'm out of here. I hope you stay for the highlight video after this. Peace.
on, man, try it. It's got a GPS, you won't get lost.
He's like a dope dealer. Come on, man, with just one hit.
Just come on, man, come on, just try it, try it. Give me the drug, give me the drug.